Would you keep on spending money on something that hasn't paid you back? Not even once. If you're over 50 and you're building something new, a side job, a business, a dream, something you're paying out of your own pocket, you already know this feeling. Real hours, real money, and so far, nothing back. Hi, I'm Deb. I've worked for 30 years. I'm close to retirement now. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I started building 7 YouTube channels from scratch. Stick with me till the end because I'll tell you why I keep going and why I think you should too. So, what has this actually cost me? Tools, software, editing programs, hours I could have used to rest after a day of work. That's the real cost, not just money, time. And here's the part nobody puts in the thumbnail. After all of that, I still don't turn a profit. Not a penny. I'm not monetized yet. And the few products I put out haven't sold because I just don't have enough people watching yet. So why keep going after that? 30 years of work taught me something. There's no success without failure. They really do come as a pair. Failure teaches you things, and those lessons are what actually fixes the next attempt. You get better by just learning from what goes wrong and what goes right. I started 7 channels because each of those themes are things that I'm genuinely interested in. Things I wanted to talk about, explore, and see if other people care about them too. And most of them are still teaching me something. A couple are basically teaching me what not to do, which is fine. That counts. That's just how you build something real. Now, you might be thinking, doesn't not making money yet just means that it's not working? Not always, because the real question was never whether this makes money right now. It was, why would I start something and not give it an honest try? A good effort I can be proud of, even if it doesn't work out. I've watched people quit after 3 months because it got hard, because the money wasn't there, because somebody told them it was a bad idea or it was stupid. And I always wonder, what were they a year away from, a month away from? What if they just kept going a little longer? If you quit too early, you never even find out what you could have built. So what would quitting actually save me? A few dollars a month in software, time, really, that's it. But what would it cost me? Every lesson I haven't learned yet. Every version of this I haven't tried. If you don't quit, at least you get to be proud you gave it an honest try. So how do I know when it's time to walk away and when it's time to push through? I don't. I don't think there's one answer. But I know this much. Nobody cares about you more than you should care about yourself. That means being honest with yourself. Are you doing this just for fun? Are you building something you actually want to succeed? Or are you just throwing away money at a wish? Are you spending more money than you can afford to lose? I'm not spreading myself across 7 channels the same way anymore. I'm running the analytics, I'm looking at what VIQ tells me about traction, about growth, what's actually pulling its weight. And I'm putting more of my energy into those channels, the ones that show real potential. I still poke around with all of them because I built all 7 for a reason. I'm interested in them. But the channels that the numbers say are moving, those get more of my time now. That's not quitting on the others. That's being honest about where the path actually is. So am I still losing money right now? Yes. But I'm losing it smarter. I'm losing it with a plan. That's the difference between someone who's building something and someone who's just wishing. When I first started these channels, I honestly wasn't thinking about money at all. I just needed something to pour myself into, something to keep my mind working because I was going through life. But somewhere along the way, something shifted. I stopped just uploading videos for fun, for distraction, and actually started learning how to do this. Studying the thumbnails, figuring out what titles work, trying to understand how the algorithm thinks. I started treating it like it could really become something. Was that the moment everything clicked? No. Honestly, it got harder, not easier. Because once you start treating it like a business, you can't just say this is just for fun anymore. Even if it still is, you have to put some effort into it. The question stopped being, should I do this? And became, if I'm doing this, I'm going to figure out how to get better at it. You can't try something and expect results. You have to make real choices. Focus. Say no to something so you can say yes to the ones that actually matter. That's what I'm doing now. And it feels a little different. It feels like I'm building, not only having fun, which is a good feeling. So here's where I land in all of this. Am I making money yet? No. Not from this channel, not from any of them. If you're looking for the video where I pull up my analytics and tell you I quit my 30-year career to become a full-time YouTuber, this is not that video. That's just not my story. And I'm not going to pretend it is. But here's what I've figured out. Making money was never actually my goal, not at the start. I just wanted to enjoy myself, build something that felt good to work on. And I'm still doing that right now, today. That part already worked. Do I want these channels to succeed? Sure. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm not chasing a deadline. I'm just going to keep enjoying this and getting a little better on my own timeline. And that's the win nobody really talks about. I already got the thing I came here for. Everything else, either money, growth, that's just bonus stacked on top. 30 years ago, I started something with no idea it would work. I just kept showing up, kept adjusting when things didn't go as planned. And now here I am, close to retirement, about to close one chapter of my life. So why start something new? Something that costs money and time, right before I'm supposed to slow down. Well, I'm honestly not interested in slowing down. I want to keep going. And maybe your reason is the same as mine. Or maybe you're starting all over for your own reasons entirely, because you had to. Either way, if 3 decades taught me anything, it's that the things worth having most never pay you back right away. They ask you to trust the process before it gives you any reason to. So if you're sitting there wondering whether what you're building is worth the money, the time, the doubt, here's my answer. You don't know. You won't know for a while. And that's not a reason to stop. If any of this sounds familiar, stick around, because there's more to how I think about this. Here's the truth nobody tells you about starting at any age. It was never really about whether you'd fail. You will, more than once. It was always about whether you'd still be standing there, still building after the failure happened. So how do I know when to keep going or when it's time to walk away? I ask myself, is this getting better? Or am I just hoping it will? If it's getting better, even slowly, that's not a failure. That's still building. And if it never pays off, you still have proof you're someone who finishes what they start. That's not nothing. I am not rich from this, but I already got what I came for. A good time doing something I love, and honestly, that might be worth more. If this episode made you think in a positive way, subscribe, like, and share with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to see real people who build something after 50, stories that'll show you it's not too late, there's a video link below that goes deep into exactly that. Go watch it. See you at the next one.